What's up y'all, CyFy here, and in this video, we're gonna go over 5 things you need to know about Abyssal Dungeons. From Guardian raids to Chaos Dungeons, towers, cubes, Lost Ark features a variety of in-game modes that may be easy to overlook. And that's why in this video, we're gonna slow it down and talk about Abyssal Dungeons first, what they are, how you can take advantage of them, and some other things that you should keep in mind when jumping in. As always, if you already know this stuff, be sure to share it with someone who doesn't. But without further ado, let's get started. One of Lost Ark's most challenging game modes, Abyssal Dungeons are a team-based activity that will help you learn increasingly difficult mechanics, work alongside other players to fight multiple bosses, and earn some pretty cool rewards. You'll unlock Abyssal Dungeons at item level 340. Some of the things you want to keep in mind are you'll be fighting multiple bosses, each with their own fighting mechanics. Next, although you can retry as many times as you want, some of the higher item level dungeons can cause your party to be wiped, requiring you start over from the beginning. This makes taking the time to learn the mechanics on your first few runs very important. But all in all, Abyssal Dungeons give you an outlet to acquire steady gold and rewards and are super fun to run through. You can queue up an Abyssal Dungeon at the Abyssal Dungeon statue, which you can find in any major city represented by a blue crystal. Fast travel to the area it's in, but before you get started, make sure they're unlocked and you're at a minimum item level of 340. To unlock, you'll need to follow and complete the Eland's Request World Quest, which is represented by a blue globe icon in your quest journal. Once you've completed the requirements, you're ready to do your first Abyssal Dungeon, but keep in mind, you will need to join with a party of either 4 or 8 players. So if you missed a session with your friends earlier, don't worry, because you can use the party finder to locate other players who want to join in and help. You can also create a lobby and field applicants yourself or apply to a party. Now, if you do this and end up with a party full of randoms for your first few runs, I want you to know now, someone may tell you to skip those cutscenes, but if it's your first time rolling through, watch them if you want, but don't get frustrated when you become the seasoned veteran wanting to skip and someone else wants to watch. Abyssal Dungeons give a variety of awesome rewards to help you level up your character. When you successfully conquer an Abyssal Dungeon, you'll get a loot drop right off the bat with chances at engraving books, cards, and other useful materials, and guaranteed accessories, honing materials, a currency specific to that dungeon, and gold. You can use the dungeon's currency to trade for more accessories at the Abyss Trade NPC, or use them at the Abyss Equipment NPC to craft full legendary or epic gear sets with special bonus effects for wearing a matching set. Some of my favorite rewards are the accessories you get that are guaranteed to have one of your class's engravings applied to them. But you'll also get battle and class engravings, ability stones, card packs, and honing materials. Also, after the loot drops from clearing the dungeon, you have the option of buying a bonus chest with some of the gold you earn. I definitely recommend purchasing these because you'll get even more honing materials, cards, and accessories. After completing an Abyssal Dungeon, you may come across armor that is of a better quality or provides more benefits to your character when worn. You'll also accumulate currency that can be exchanged to craft unique gear at the Craft Abyss Equipment NPC. When a complete set is worn, additional benefits will be applied to your character, and you'll get a bonus if 2 pieces are worn, such as increasing your move speed when wearing a set of Enraged Nature gear, or improved attack and move speed by wearing a set of Boisterous Elemental gear. You may notice that although the benefits are better when wearing these sets, once equipped, your item level decreases significantly because the gear isn't honed. This is when gear transfers come into play. Offered by the Gear Honing NPC, an NPC you may have already become used to visiting to increase your item level, gear transfers allow you to transfer the item level of honed gear to gear that has not been honed for a small fee of silver. To begin, first find the NPC and click Gear Transfer. In the menu, any armor you picked up that hasn't been honed, as well as what you have currently equipped, will reflect on the left side. Next, you'll need to click the gear you want to transfer the levels to, which will be the unhoned gear, then select the target gear, which will be the gear with the increased levels. When finished, clicking the gear transfer button at the bottom of the menu will cause you to spend some silver and complete the transfer. Finally, access your inventory and equip your new armor. Similar to other in-game modes, there are some restrictions that apply that you should keep in mind about Abyssal Dungeons. Changing gear, skills, and battle items is not allowed unless you are at a battle station, which for Abyssal Dungeons there are at least 2 in every dungeon. Battle stations are represented by rings you can step inside that allow you to change items, skills, gear, and more. So if you're ever having a tough time taking down any bosses, you can respawn and use the station to switch it up. Being prepared will only ensure you're maximizing the amount of time you spend leveling up so you can get to even more challenging content. Also, unlike Chaos Dungeons and Guardian Raids, which you can complete daily, Abyssal Dungeons have a weekly entry count limit of once per week per character. Well, that's all I got for y'all today, but thank you so much for watching. If you think that there was something I missed, be sure to drop a comment with what you think is a great tip for players to keep in mind when jumping into an Abyssal Dungeon for the first time. And as always, you can stay up to date with all things Lost Ark by following us on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Our username is PlayLostArk. But for now, I'm CyFy, and from everyone here at Amazon Games, stay safe, have fun, and keep gaming. Peace.